Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. And gentlemen, please remove your caps as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance and honor America with the playing of our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Good evening, and welcome to our Yough Senior High School Class of 2020 online commencement ceremony. This represents the first of a two-part graduation celebration honoring our seniors. Later in July, we are filled with anticipation to be together once more for the second step in an in-person commencement ceremony held at the stadium on Cougar Mountain on July 24th. Although we all faced unwelcome, unbelievable, and unprecedented challenges due to the coronavirus pandemic, tonight's ceremony represents optimism and hope in so many ways. Optimism that someday, hopefully soon, our lives will be back to normal, and that your future will be filled with happiness, good fortune, and good health. Hope in that you will look back on your years at Yough Senior High School and use the lessons learned from your parents, coaches, family members, and teachers so that you can face the challenges that lie ahead in your adult life. In just a few minutes, the class of 2020, the 50th Yough School District graduation class, will officially graduate from high school. The diplomas these graduates will receive represents years of hard work, perseverance, and achievement, and will mark a turning point in the lives of these young people. As your principal, I am confident that you are well prepared and equipped to enter the next phase of your life, one filled with hope and optimism. In closing, seniors, despite the unforeseen circumstances this virus placed on your senior year, I thank you for an excellent year. Thank you for your kindness and good luck. We are all proud of you. Now it is my pleasure to call upon the salutatorian of the class of 2020, Sarah Catherine Kropchak, to give the welcoming address.
Thank you, Mr. Sutherland. I'd like to welcome everyone to this very unconventional graduation ceremony for Yough's class of 2020. I want to thank everyone watching this ceremony from home. Thank you to the families, friends, teachers, and staff for all of your support over the years. Time has flown by, and I can't believe we're already graduating. I'm sorry we could not have this ceremony in person, but I am certainly glad we seniors still get to celebrate our achievements, no matter the method. I'm sure all of the seniors are saddened that we are not getting the graduation we've been expecting for so long, but we still deserve to be proud of our accomplishments. our senior year may have been cut short, and many of us may feel cheated out of the true senior experience. The truth is, though, when we look back at our time in high school, all of the happy memories we made in the past 12 and a half years we did get to spend together will outweigh this one tough time that we're experiencing right now. When I look back at our time as students at Yough, there are too many great memories to talk about them all, but there are certainly some that stand out above the rest. I remember elementary school, when the toughest assignment we had was learning our 10 spelling words. I remember looking forward to field day for weeks because we couldn't wait to spend the whole day outside. Then we had our 4th grade celebration, and suddenly, all together now, we were thrown into middle school. We had an opportunity there to meet new people and make new friends. We were so excited to finally have lockers, and there were even slushies at lunch. Later on, we took our first shop class, where some of us built Adirondack chairs, and where the rest of us watched as our classmates built them for us. And just like that, we were freshmen. We learned the hard way what side of the hallway to walk on. We went to our first football game, first homecoming dance, had our first sports season, had our first band camp. We began to discover who we really were. In the blink of an eye, we were juniors, and we could finally drive to school. We had our first prom, took our first AP classes, submitted our first college applications, got our first jobs. We were slowly but surely becoming adults. It seems like just yesterday that we started our senior year, and instead of celebrating all of our firsts, we're now celebrating all of our lasts. Our last day of school, our last homecoming, last sports season. When we were little kindergartners so long ago, we never thought we'd get to this point, but now we're here. Of course, this evening is not what anyone would have ever expected our graduation to be like, but we made it nevertheless. We're all here today because we are finally graduating from high school, like we've been dreaming of our whole lives. The focus of my speech is meant to be about the memories we made along the way, but truthfully, the craziest memories we'll probably ever make are being made right now. If you would have told me even 5 months ago that we'd be in the middle of a national pandemic and that I'd have to graduate online, I would have called you crazy. Circumstances may not be how we've always dreamed of graduating, but it's what we have, so I urge you to make the most of it. Life throws a lot of curveballs, but there's a lot we can learn from this entire situation. Later on down the line, when we're all grown, the class of 2020 is going to have such a great graduation story to tell our kids. As I've said before, our experiences growing up at Yough have made us who we are today, recent experiences included. As a result, we're going to graduate from this school district as one of the strongest and most resilient classes ever. I wish everyone well in wherever life takes you, and I'm so proud to be part of this graduating class. Now, I would like to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2020, and my partner for literally every single group project possible, Grace Lukart.
Thank you, Sarah. It is an honor to be your partner for everything because usually you know all the answers that I don't. Class of 2020, the day has finally come. I'm pretty sure most of us have been looking forward to this day since freshman year. I bet none of us would have envisioned that our graduation ceremony would be virtual, but the way we graduate does not diminish our accomplishments or memories. I may be biased, but I believe that the class of 2020 is one of the best classes to ever graduate from Yough High School. With that being said, though, the worst things do always seem to happen to the best people. For our entire high school careers, we look forward to the last few months of our senior year. We watched the previous 3 graduating classes experience their senior prom, walk through the halls in their caps and gowns, make their last memories with their childhood friends, and graduate. It was finally our time, when suddenly things took a turn for the worse. Our time at Yough was cut short, right before all the fun was set to begin. At first, I was devastated, as I'm sure all of you were as well. But then I realized that companies were giving out free stuff to seniors, like a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts, and all of a sudden, the heartbreak of missing out on the graduation tradition seemed to fade away. But in all seriousness, as time went on, I realized that the class of 2020 was actually being presented with a unique learning experience. We learned to adapt, and quickly. Things went from being completely normal to totally shut down in the matter of 1 week. School, sports, work, trips, events, everything was canceled in the blink of an eye. We went from spending long hours at school, followed by extracurriculars, to doing absolutely nothing. The world was at a standstill, and we had to accept it. A few weeks later, we were presented with online schoolwork, and many of us swiftly adapted to this new way of learning. Very soon, we will all be going through more huge changes. After all, we are headed into the real world now, and it will probably be scary. Luckily, thanks to what we've been through during the past 10 weeks, it should be easier for us to adapt to whatever new environments we face. No other graduating class has had a trial run at adapting like we have. The future is always a bit uncertain, and this is especially true for our graduating class. Everyone's plans for the summer and fall are up in the air, but this is still such an exciting time in our lives. We finally get to do things on our own in the real world. We cannot let the uncertainty downplay all of our hard work and accomplishments that have led us here today. We have grown so much over the past 4 years, and I am so proud of us. The future is a bright place, despite any and all of the recent events and trials, and I hope everyone is planning to pursue something that they are passionate about. If you can dream it, you can do it. It was a challenge finding the right words to say in the speech. As much as I would love to avoid talking about the current state of our world, it is important to recognize that there is a bright side to the situation. It is easy to only dwell on the events that we missed and think no good can come out of such a strange circumstance. But that is false. There is so much hidden positivity in it all. I truly believe that the class of 2020 will be stronger because of all we've been through. We were faced with an abrupt change to all of our plans, but we worked through it. We adapted. We became more aware of the little things that mean the most in life, and through it all, our futures still remain as bright as they would have otherwise. The class of 2020 will be remembered by most as the class that was quarantined. But what is important is how we remember each other. We remember how we met our best friends, how we watched each other grow from awkward freshmen to successful young adults, and how precious these past 13 years truly were. Though we cannot all be face to face right now, we are still all in this together. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Sarden.
Good evening. Today is an emotional and exciting day for parents, relatives, friends, and yourselves. More so this year as compared to previous graduations due to the strange circumstances of which we are currently living. Over the last few months, many of you have lived in the uncertainty of how your senior year will end, the uncertainty of what is next, but have managed to survive until this moment. I truly believe that the uniqueness of this situation will be long remembered by you, your family, and in the history books as the class of 2020 graduated during one of the most unprecedented times in modern history. As the superintendent of schools, I am honored to be here this evening to congratulate the Yough High School class of 2020 on their accomplishments. Whether it be virtually or in person, your accomplishments are many, and as a school district, we are extremely proud of all you have done and all you will do as our future generation of citizens. On behalf of the school board and administration, I would like to wish you the best this world has to offer and much success as you leave here. It is days like these that make me proud to be a superintendent and an educator because I am confident that our students will continue to make Yough proud. I want to highlight a few accomplishments of the class of 2020. 35.5% will be attending colleges and universities. 23% will be attending two-year universities. Almost 5% will be entering the military. 27% will enter the workforce. In this senior class, we have 46 seniors who were inducted into the National Honor Society, 4 seniors who were inducted into the National Technical Honor Society, and 13 seniors who were members of the National Art Society, 6 seniors who were members of the National French Honor Society. We have students that are attending schools such as Seton Hill University, Penn State University, the University of Pittsburgh, West Virginia University, St. Vincent, Cal U, Washington and Jefferson, IUP, and the list continues on and on. The class of 2020 is destined for great things, and we are hopeful that those things don't involve social distancing and masks, but instead integrity, understanding, patience, and determination. Throughout your senior year, there have been many accomplishments. 4 students were recognized for their Outstanding Senior Student Award within their program at the CWCTC. We've sent toys to those less fortunate, both within our area as well as across the world. You've given blood to save someone's life. A number of our seniors mentored our freshman students to help them with their difficult transition into high school. Mr. Rogers, an iconic person from our area, once said, "Look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. Real strength has to do with helping others." Our class of 2020 has worked together and come up with ideas to make the graduating class a memorable one. Between rallying around adopting each other, door decorating at home and displaying accomplishments, creation of a video tribute in recognition of great things that have been done, working within the community to keep Tractor Day and other traditions alive, even if they look a little bit different, purchasing yard signs to recognize each and every graduate, or being an ear to listen, a heart to hear, and a voice of reason when frustration has been inevitable. I am so proud of the challenges everyone has faced head on, so proud of the patience and understanding of the class of 2020 and the parents and guardians in the face of adversity. As you move on to the many great things you will do, the lessons learned in the last 12 weeks will undoubtedly make a difference in who you are, what you do, and where you go. I do believe that we have prepared you well here at Yough to take on that challenge, not only this year, but during the rest of your time within the district. I want to take this opportunity to thank the most important people in the students' lives, their parents and guardians. This virtual ceremony may or may not be your ideal situation, but your continuous support, coupled with the students' hard work, has led us to this ceremony today, and with any luck, an in-person ceremony in late July. At the end of the day, as parents and guardians, you were your child's first teacher, and you have allowed us to enhance that teaching for the last 13 years, and for that, we thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Sutherland and Mr. Wilkins for their efforts in creating a positive environment for our students to flourish each and every day. So now, the time has come. As the superintendent of the Yough School District, and by the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I officially accept this, the graduating class of 2020 from the Yough Senior High School, and ask that we begin the calling of the roll and the presentation of diplomas.
Thank you, Dr. Sarden. Ladies and gentlemen, it now gives me great pleasure to initiate the calling of the roll. A reminder to our graduates, you may pick up your diploma packets starting Monday, June 1st at the high school office during regular business hours. We will be open all summer. And now for the calling of the roll. Draven T. Aaron. Scott A. Allshouse Jr. Gianna K. Apollonia. Justine Marie Apollonia. Peyton Michael Auger. Aubrey Louise Baca. Kara R. Barner. Jeremy Daniel Bednar. Michael Albert Bell. Timothy Joe Barrich. Natalie Rose Beege. Amber Elizabeth Biros. Brady Lane Bonzel. Sarah Janetta Bontrager. Hattie Marie Boucher. Corinne Chanel Bowers. Nicholas Boyer. Alexis Renee Boyle. Audrey Marie Burge. Brandon Lee Busch. Keelan Butler. Jarek M. Carilli. Morgan May Carpenter. Brandon Christopher Childers. Hannah Nicole Christner. Alexa Suzanne Cipra. Haley Jo Clark. Aidan Michael Cochran. Haley Ann Cook. Abigail Sue Cox. Dylan S. Craig. Danielle D'Amici. Robert C. Davis. Erica Marie Dix. Cole Richard Doran. Jayson Russel Douglas. Jonathan Thomas Dumond. Hunter Aaron Dumsick. Emma Marie Duncan. Samantha Paige Duncan. Dane Dyson. Haley M. Herrera. Taylor Rose Eats. Chase Robert Fagan. Sarah Elizabeth Feckety. Jake Andrew Philippos. Brandon Force. Rebecca Ann Gabadlo. Michaela Ann Gesmond. Logan Donald Gobleski. Jordan Taylor Granny. Mary Ann Gravely. Brianna Jo Gray. Daniel L. Greck. Hunter Reed Grimes. Anthony Greiser. Javen Christopher Gunther. Raymond Joseph Halaharich. Amanda Ray Heyman. Clint J. Hansen. Sarah Rose Harvey. Brandon Hayden. Jordan Hayden. Hunter D. Heasley. Rebecca Awin Helsel. Sydney Nicole Hemus. Emily Henderson. Nicholas J. Hoffer. Jacob Matthew Huber. Aidan M. Hutchinson. Angelina G. Jarman. Tylor Matthew Johns. Brooke Isabella Jones. Bryce Allen Jones. Nathaniel T. Jones. Caden A. Castronis. Noah Emerson Harry Walter Kent. Chase E. Keibel. Haley R. King. Julie Ann Nepper. Autumn Noel Collins. Sarah Catherine Krofcheck. Mitchell William LaBriere. Marissa D. Loffer. John Gino Lorenzi. Luke Paul Little. Abigail J. Lautner. Caleb Jonathan Lucas. Grace Elizabeth Lucart. Dylan M. Lynn. Victoria L. McGill. Austin Chad Makusenka. Stephen Anthony Mannon. Sophia Maroney. Dominic Allen Mara. Mark Martini. Dominic M. Massero. Alicia S. Mon. Ian Gabriel McAllister. Carter C. McCurdy. Anthony McFarland. William Joseph McMillan. Chase Maxwell McNaney. Sarah Elizabeth Mears. Bailey Middlecoff. Robert Mahalchek III. Julia Grace Milkoff. Tylor Ray Morris. Brianna Rose Morton. Sydney L. Murray. Megan R. Myers. Lillian Rayanne Nazer. Joel Stephen Nemec. Anson R. Knoll. Caitlin M. Novacek. Joshua Obradovich. Veronica O'Neil. Dominic Ovchinnik. Renee Lynn Patricio. Joseph Dominic Pecora. Cameron P. Pritz. Justin J. Procasina. Russel Joseph Pitlack. Jacob James Radford. Kayla Renee Roush. Lee Edward Ritzer. Mark Allen Robinson. Ashlyn Rose Roll. Alyssa Jo Rothy. Nicholas William Sandin. Jarrett E. Sanner. Joshua R. Sanner. Skylar M. Sanner. Ariel Naylin Sarsfield. Gabriella A. Scherf. Crystal L. Schweinberg. Nathan W. Schaefer. Shelby Ray Sherbondi. Dylan Riley Sleesman. Hadley Renee Sleeth. Megan Renee Sleeth. Lauren R. Smith. Tristan D. Snyder. Drake Leviathan Spear. Carly Raylyn Spoody. Allie Rose Squires. Shayna Sue Stantz. Elijah Stevens. Danielle T. Stevenson. Emily Verlaine Marie Stewart. Carly Renee Stow. Amina Lee Sollenberger. Allison Elizabeth Swager. Alexandra Nicole Swatak. Mary Elizabeth Swope. John Takach. Katharina Brooke Thompson. Angel Renee Todd. Samantha Angel Trice. Tierra Paige Trice. Cody Ryan Eulander. Harley Underwood. Reno Michael Ustashevsky. Jacob Rousseau Wardazak. Annalie Joyce Wagaman. Courtney Lynn Weaver. Nathaniel William Wilkins. Audrey Williams. Paul Christian Martin Williams Jr. Aaron Charles Wilson. Emily Ann Yedlick. Alexis Renee Uhas. Abigail Elizabeth Zarobsky. Mary T. Zipfel. Ashley N. Zawacki. At this time, it is my pleasure to welcome, to give the closing remarks, the president of the class of 2020, Taylor Rose Eats.
Good evening. I would like to thank everyone for attending tonight's virtual graduation ceremony. You may not realize this, but the class of 2020 was brought into this world right around the events of 9/11, and we are now entering an important new stage of our lives during a global pandemic. We have been making history since the day we were born, and we will continue to make the difference, I'm sure. Because of this historical connection, we have been there for each other since the beginning. Now, we need each other once again. We need to be kind to each other, to help our neighbors and families, and to continue being the wonderful class we always have been. A new chapter in our lives starts tonight, and it is time for the rest of the world to see how special we truly are. We are the hope the world needs in this difficult time, so please continue to have the positive influence the world needs at this moment. Our attitudes and actions will shape this future. For those entering the military, thank you for your service. For those entering college, remember to always study hard. For those of you going into trade, always do your best. And for those of you who are undecided, remember that God has a plan for you too. I hope to see you all again for an in-person commencement ceremony later this summer. And now, my fellow graduates, let us put an end to the Yough Senior High School chapter of our lives and begin the next one. At this time, please move your tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Yough's graduating class of 2020.